All right, all right. Well, hello, 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 and welcome to I Am My Morning Coffee, the evening brew. I hope everybody is doing absolutely amazing on tonight, y'all. I am so excited. I'm gonna try to contain myself on tonight because we have a very, very special guest. I'm so excited. I feel like I've known her forever. Forever, forever. And I kind of have, y'all. So I am so excited on tonight. We have with us the Love Cheerleader. So excited to have her here. So we're gonna give y'all some time to come on in, like, share, and listen, y'all. This is gonna be absolutely amazing. And so let me do what I'm asking y'all to do, and that is to like and to share. And let us know where you're watching from. Hey, Regina. Listen, Regina, you're my girl. You're faithful. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Olivia, of course, here from North Carolina. So happy to have you. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Please like and share. I'm about to go do the absolute same thing. Why? Because tonight is going to be good. Hello. Listen. Okay, since she's here, everybody needs a Teresa Thomas. Okay, hold on. Let me just hold on. I'm gonna get the switches right. Everybody needs a Teresa Thomas. Okay. When I tell y'all that she is amazing and she has such a good eye, she caught something before we actually went live, and I was like, oh, let me fix that. And so she got me all the way together. So I greatly appreciate you, Teresa Thomas. I love you so very, very much. And I hope that there are duplications of you in the kingdom and in the world. So hello, Angela. So happy to have you. So happy to have you. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in, like and share and tag. And we have Atlanta in the house. Ladair. We got Ladair in the house. Hey, family. Happy to see you. Okay, so this is our time for liking and sharing because we're going to have such an amazing conversation that y'all do not want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. And we're talking love after heartbreak on today. And trust and believe that there are just too many people that don't believe that love is possible after heartbreak. They don't believe it. And it's not even, and we're going to talk more than like just love. We're talking like heartbreak after, not only just divorce, but when the business plan didn't work, when the vision that you had didn't work, right? So we're going to talk about it all on tonight. So let me go ahead and
Somebody shared from Philly. Hey, Angela, thank you for sharing from Philly.
yes, yes. That's right. Y'all go ahead and talk to my guest tonight.
Hey, y'all.
Talk
I'm
to the
so
love
excited.
cheerleader.
I'm so excited.
Yes. So I'm just about done sharing, and then we're gonna jump into this conversation that I feel like is very, very necessary. And I think that it's important that we always, talk love so that we can give it proper context
Yeah.
because too many people grew up with the incorrect context
Yes.
of love and what the possibilities are. And so we want to make sure that we are.
And you know what? Sometimes people don't take into account that our parents can only teach us what they knew.
Ooh,
Right. And
right.
when I mean, I don't want to go too deep. We didn't even, but
No, but go ahead. This is good already.
What I often have to remind myself is that, when I look at like my parents, they only learned what they learned, right? But my parents are in their 60s. So when they grew up, they couldn't even go to school with people that didn't look like them. Right. So
right.
then they were only taught what they learned. And then when I look at my grandparents, well, my grandmother, she was born in the 20s. And then my
Wow.
grandmother could only teach what she was taught, and her mother was born in the 1800s.
Wow.
So you really got to think about it. Like, where did this come from? And just as African Americans, we know our history, right? So we know it's not been pretty.
Right, at all.
So we have to take that into consideration as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how you're raised, your perspective, all of that definitely matters as your perspective of love. And we're kind of jumping right in it already, but let me do like another introduction here. So this is LaNise Thrasher. This is the Love Cheerleader, y'all. And she is absolutely amazing. She has a powerful testimony as it pertains to love after divorce, and just love after heartbreak. She's going to share some of her story, some of her story on tonight. But go ahead, LaNise, and let people know, what do you want them to know about the Love Cheerleader? What is the Love Cheerleader?
Okay, so the Love Cheerleader is a lot of things, y'all. It is not just one thing. So I'm an author, I'm a speaker, I'm actually a real estate agent for the state of Florida and the state of Georgia. I'm a project manager by trade. That's what I do for my normal 9-to-5 job. And I'm the founder of The Love Cheerleader. So the Love Cheerleader, let me tell you a little bit how it was birthed. So crazy story. It's amazing how what you think you're doing as a child turns back around and God brings it back to you and you do it as an adult, right? So when I was a child, I was always learning about relationships and helping people through their own situations. So I was literally cheering people on. Like if you would get with, like if you were dating someone new, I'd be like, "Oh, girl, tell me about him. I want to know. I want to know." Right. So I was always learning.
I can attest.
I was always learning about different relationships and really trying to figure out how I could help people have them have a successful relationship. And so I remember one of the things that stuck out to me as I was a kid, I was actually mesmerized by the strength of women, right? So I remember hearing a story from someone who had gone through an abusive marriage and they came out on the other side and they were healed. And I remember just being mesmerized, like, that is some amazing strength that you have to have, right?
Yeah,
And so
definitely.
I was always just mesmerized by it, right? So fast forward, a couple years later, I graduate from college. A couple years after that, I get married, right?
Right.
And I was the super cheerleader of love. Like when I got married, I had like 4 other weddings right after mine in between. And I was like, go, love, go, go, love, go. Like I was just cheering people on, you know, and of course, marriage, you have different things that pop up, right? Like you may have different situations that you go through. But I was still cheering on and still trying to, you know, fight through everything. Because I mean, it's life, right?
It is.
So then fast forward again, and 5 years later, I found myself sitting at the Fulton County courthouse.
Wow.
Waiting on my name to be called so I could get a divorce.
That's heavy.
It's pretty heavy. And so I was like embarrassed. I was hurt. I didn't really know what to think, how to feel. And then I was a little depressed. Yeah. And knowing me, you know, like depressed, what?
Yeah. And let me just attest to that real quick. For those of you that do not know, LaNise Thrasher is always happy. Okay. Like y'all think I'm always happy? No. She is always happy. Do you hear me? Like, and there's no stopping her joy. So I was actually there with her through that. And it was different. It was definitely different for you to go through that. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, it was I remember like going to a concert Thursday night just to try to get myself out there and like have fun again. And then by Friday I was laying in the bed and I didn't know what to do. I was just laying there and people were like, "Are you gonna get up? Nope. You wanna go here? Nope. You wanna do this? Nope. So you're just gonna lay here all day?" Pretty much, that's what I'm gonna do today. And so I really had to get out of that form of like I was really depressed and I just didn't know it. So for me at that time, exercise really kind of got me out of that depression. I mean, of course, God, but it was like God pushing me to say, okay, well, get up and exercise.
Of course.
So that's really a little piece of my story. I know I don't want to like go too far, so I'm sure we're going to talk more about it. But that's really what happened. And just to kind of go back to your original question of what made me the Love Cheerleader. After I went through my divorce, I created a plan for me to heal, right? So I had gone through
a plan for you to heal. Yes. I like that.
Because what happened was I was asking people, okay, so I'm getting a divorce and what do I do? Yeah. And no one could tell me what to do. They were like, well, you have to do what's best for you. And I'm like, okay, now what? Like, what else?
What does that look like?
Like, help me so I can help me. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
And so I didn't know what to do. So I just used my corporate experience to create a plan so that I could heal. And then I used all of my knowledge of helping other people. So essentially the coach to everybody else became the student. Ooh, and I had to I had to just be my own person to help me through that, right? So it was really amazing. God really brought me through that. And I was on the other side, right? So I healed. I'm on the other side. I'm living my life. And people are like, can you help me? Can you help me? And I was like, okay. And so, but then God was like, I want you to do this. And I was like, oh, me? No.
Who, I? Me?
Am I? No. So I just wasn't.
Surely not I.
Surely not me, God. You mean the girl next to me. You do not mean me. And so I was running from it for years. Like I would help somebody and they'd be like, okay, I'm glad you're here. I gotta go.
Right.
Because I just was not interested. And everybody kept saying, you really need to do this. Yeah. And I was like,
me being one of them.
You being one of them.
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, girl, I gotta go bye.
Right.
Because I just didn't think like that's something that I should do, right? I just didn't think about it. And so what really got me was in 2019, I went on vacation, came back, found out I had shingles. And I was like, ooh, excuse me.
No.
What is shingles?
Right.
I don't know why I'm
not supposed to have that. Like
so during that time, it was pre-quarantine, right? So it was like I was at home 19 days. I'm just 19 days in pain. Just in dire pain. I don't wish shingles on nobody. So
right.
If you're stressed out, y'all, please. Shingles is real. Ask me
Yeah.
how I know. It was bad.
Yeah.
And so during that time, God really sat me down and was like, "This is what I want you to do." And I was like, "You did a lot to get my attention." Like, whoo.
Did we have to do it this way?
Because I'm feeling all the pain right now. And so it was in that moment I was like, okay, I got to be obedient. And at that time, I was getting ready to go to grad school, so I kind of was shifting a little bit. And then God sat me down again in 2020 and was like, "I told you to do it," so I did it. And I was like, okay, I know I've been running for some time, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And so I officially started in 2020. But as you can hear, it was like from a child all the way up till 2020.
Right. Wow. And you know what I love about God is that God will cultivate a thing in you, and to be honest, almost prepare you
Yeah.
for what it is that he's going to bring you to, and the assignment that he has for you. And I know as we were talking before the show started, because listen, all of this excitement started before the show even started, y'all. Like, it was amazing. But I know before the show even started, we were talking about just talking about different things. And one of the things that I shared with her was, if it's a waste of God's will, then it's a waste of my time. Let me say it again. Say it again for the people in the back, for the people in this camera. Okay. If it is a waste of God's will, then it is a waste of my time. I don't want to be where God isn't.
Right.
Right. I only want to be where God is. And you can say this cliche all you want to, but the truth of the matter is that what's the point of me doing it if it's not pleasing to God, number one, and number two, if it's not going to be fruitful. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So if it's something that's only going to be fruitful to me, then it's not beneficial at all. This has to be something that multiplies. And I think what I appreciate is that for you, what you went through, God used it to multiply healing for others. And I think that's really, really, really important. And that was a major. So your marriage is a major milestone, right? But nobody talks about how major of an impact divorce is.
No, like, divorce is so hush hush. Divorce is one of those words that's like, "Oh, you know, so and so got divorced." You like, did you have to whisper?
Right.
Like, why are we whispering? And so,
ain't nobody even here.
And that's how I felt. I felt like every room I walked into once I got divorced, I felt like I was the whisper of the room. Like, you know, she got divorced last week. Like, okay, hey guys.
Right.
Good morning.
Right. I feel that.
I heard you.
By the way.
And you can feel that when you walk into the
Yeah.
room. And so that's why people don't talk about divorce, because it is so hush hush.
Right.
And so knowing divorce is so hush hush.
Mm-hmm.
And then being like, "God, you want me to talk about it though? Like, this don't make sense.
Right.
People don't talk about this. Why do you want me to talk about it?"
Absolutely right.
I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah. And so that's what really, really, made me not want to do it. But once I got out there and started talking about it, I was like, wow.
Did that contribute to you learning how to love after heartbreak? Like, how do you love after heartbreak? Is talking about it part of that?
Talking about it is part of it. Now, I will say for me, my situation was a lot different because my parents have been married this year they'll be married 41 years.
Wow.
So I grew up around a lot of marriages, right? So that's what I saw. So I knew that, okay, this divorce happened, but I know that there is love on the other side.
Yeah.
So I never went into it like, "Oh, I'll never get married again," or "I'll never love again." Like, no, you will love again.
Right.
What happened.
Right.
But you will do this again.
Yes.
It will just be with a totally different person and it'll have a completely different outcome.
Yeah.
But you will do this again. So for me, I was just like, okay, well, my parents are still married and a lot of other people. So if they did it, I can do it too.
Absolutely.
So that was my perspective going into it. It didn't kill my excitement about love. I was still cheering people on, and they were like, "How are you cheering me on? And you just was over here crying," because I still know that God can do amazing things. And just because it didn't work out in, a favorable way for me, doesn't mean I'm sad for you. I'm still happy for you.
Right.
And a lot of people have it completely different.
Oh,
they
yeah.
will walk in this situation and be completely negative.
Oh gosh,
and I'm
completely.
Like, if you're not happy, if you can't be happy for people, just don't go.
Yeah.
Like, don't
That's
support,
good.
don't
That's
go
good.
to the wedding if you're not going to be happy for them.
Right.
Just because your situation didn't, make it to be a very positive one, it doesn't mean theirs won't be.
Absolutely.
Don't do
Absolutely.
That so that was my experience.
And you said something that's really good. As far as the energy that you bring to other people's situation, because you're right, because you can end up hurt and you can end up in pain, or whatever it is that you're experiencing. And sometimes that situation makes you want to inflict pain on other people, because you want other people around you to go through the same thing, because it's like, I just don't feel like y'all are understanding me. I don't feel like you're getting it. And so I want you to kind of experience the same thing that I'm experiencing, so a pity party, so everybody can be there with me, right? But those emotions are understandable. However, the way that you spun it is absolutely beautiful. And I know that's surely truly why God is manufacturing someone specifically for you. And of course, I believe, because we're in the season of options. Thank you, Elder Mark Moore Jr. We're in the season of options, but I truly believe, of course, that you'll have options to choose from. Because it is important to choose the right person, because it's more than just, oh, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, or we just dated. No, at this particular point, we grown. And so I need to know what we're doing here. Like, we're talking from here to 90. That's a huge gap.
Actually, I'm gonna be 106. I'm talking to 106.
I receive it. Come on.
I tell everybody, I'm trying.
I receive it. Come on, 106.
I'm gonna be still dancing and getting it. Okay, 106.
That's it. So, but what scared you the most about heartbreak and about loving after heartbreak? Like, because like you said, people will somewhat turn on you too, in the midst of like, when people are going through things, they can kind of inflict their emotions on other people. When going through a divorce, you have this whole village now, right? That you're kind of divorcing to and divvying up and all of that. So what scared you most about heartbreak and loving after heartbreak?
So a couple things scared me. One was, like you said, that community and that tribe. I mean, I was breaking people up, and I didn't want to. I didn't want anybody to ever feel like you had to pick a side, right? Pick my side, pick his side. No, I didn't want people to feel that way. So I wouldn't hang around certain people again, because I didn't want anybody to feel awkward around me. I didn't want anybody to be like, oh, I don't know what to do when she walk in the room. I don't know how to feel. So I would just remove myself.
Right.
And so that was hard. That was like, I'm breaking up with all my friends. Like, I don't like this. So that was really hard. And then also, you don't realize how much negative talk you say to yourself. We say a lot, I'm a failure. I feel like, just the worst thing on the shelf in the pantry. That's what I feel like. And you got to realize, like, those things are horrible things to say about yourself, but they're not true.
Right.
Like,
they're lies that are trying to
lies.
convince you, in that moment. But before we move forward real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Rashard's mother, Valinda White, Miss Valinda White. We just want to thank you so much for tuning in. We're so thankful that you are here, and we honor over here. So we are excited that you are in the room with us. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, and she said that divorce is not my death. Absolutely not. Divorce does not mean death. Divorce does not mean end. It's not finite. It's not what's done. Trust me. You can love after divorce. But I'm sorry. Go ahead and proceed with your point.
So that was the big thing. Realizing the tribe was, leaving. Basically. Well, that's how I felt at the time. And then really having to get rid of those negative talks to yourself. Those were like really hard things to do. And really, even though I saw my parents and they're still married, you in the very, very beginning, you're like, I ain't gonna do this again. Right. And I'm like, girl, that's wrong. Like, so it was like, I was checking myself, like, now that's not right. So, just having that self-talk, that talking to yourself and trying to not let that situation spill over into a new situation. And so those were the hardest things. But once I got over it, I was like, okay, God, so we're just gonna go and we're gonna live and we'll heal and be honest. And so that's what I did.
And I commend you for taking the time to heal. Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how people don't take the time to heal.
Ooh,
I'm ready. I'm ready. We're gonna go there. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about how people don't take the time to heal.
So people really think, because of social media makes everything look like you wake up and it's completely just done. That is not true.
Like instant grits.
Right. It's not instant grits over here. And we said grits because we like grits.
We do like grits. And let me clarify, grits with salt.
Salt.
No salt.
No sugar.
You can inbox me later. It's fine. Go ahead.
Right. It's a whole debate going on about what do you put in grits? Salt.
It's salt.
You don't put sugar in grits.
Why would you do that? Matter of fact, if you put sugar in grits, I need you to inbox me so I can bring you on the show. We need to talk about this. I'm about to be a whole future therapist. We can chat. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes, and so yeah, that was like it was. Yeah, you have to really, really take the time to heal. It's really, really important. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss your question. We went into grits, and I'm
Well,
like, what's the question again?
hold on before we move forward because we have a lot to cover. But Anicia, I am glad that you're here too. I want you to know that I'm almost sure that something's going to be said that you need. Okay, so I thank you for tuning in. We got you. We got you on tonight. God has you,
Yes.
more importantly, and He knows what you're in need of. Okay, Relinda said that she made peace with. I'm sorry, Miss White. I apologize. Don't beat me up. She said that she made peace with her ex.
You see this comment about sugar 100%?
What? Wait. Where's that?
Trust your
Oh,
gut in this.
oh,
You said
oh.
sugar 100%.
No, that's okay. I have a conversation with that person later. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send the link to them to come on the show. We're gonna have to talk about that later at the end. But right. But no, but we were talking about how people don't take the
Yes.
time to heal
Yes.
and how important that is.
Right. So social media makes everything feel like you, like we said, like grits. You just put the water and you put it in the microwave, bam, it's right.
Mhm.
But that's so wrong. Healing takes time, right?
So wrong.
Social media will really make you think, I just went on a vacation and I came back healed. No, you didn't. You went on a vacation and you relaxed.
You had on a band-aid
You had
on a
Band-Aid.
oozing wound.
Hello? I talk about that. We had you had a Band-Aid. That's what you had. And I really talk about that and I'm joking about it, but in reality, that's how a lot of people feel. They see what's going on social media and they don't see the work that goes behind it.
Mhm.
They don't know that this person may have been crying for 6 months.
Right.
And now they're taking a vacation. So you just see the vacation. You don't know the work that it took to get to the vacation.
Oh, come on.
And so I really stress to people, it is not an easy thing. Now, because a lot of times you're not ready to start the work and you don't want to do the work.
Right.
So if you're not ready to do the work, you can't expect to be healed.
Right.
You have to do the work.
Absolutely.
So I really challenge people to do the work because, I mean, do you really want it or do you not want it?
Mhm.
And no one wants to sit where they are today and be in that same spot a year from now.
Right.
You don't want that.
Right.
So let's work so that we can actually heal together.
Mhm.
And I challenge a lot of my clients to just heal.
Yeah.
And I challenge them to say, okay, we got to accept this.
Right.
It's not
Right.
changing.
Absolutely.
One thing my dad always says, well, LaNise, it is what it is. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to hear that right now.
Right. Can you not run me that
I
line?
don't want to hear that. But it was just something that really stuck with me as a kid and just throughout my just being an adult. Like, it is what it is, but now what?
Yeah.
And so that's really what, don't listen to social media, y'all, please.
Right.
Please don't listen to social media because it is not right.
It isn't. And see what people do. Hey Denitra, happy to see you. Hey Angela. Hey everybody. So happy to see you. We got Greg in the house. We got Angela. We got Anissa. So I just wanted to say hey to everybody. But yes, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. Social media can, and I did a series last year called Love for Reals series REELS. And that Love for Real series talked about, everything that people put on social media and how cute and nicely packaged it is. But what you did not see is the argument before we posted this picture. What you did not see is how we're in separate rooms most of the time, talking to each other through social media, through text while you're in the other room, and how, we are literally about to on the verge of divorce, but yet we're still posting, all these pictures, right? Cute selfies, real cute. But it's somewhat, honestly delusional a little bit. And so and I have this term that I use about things or people being digitally delusional, and how literally you cannot ride what's just on social media. You can't assume anything on social media. You can't go through people's like, let's take your situation. For instance, you can't go through your social media and say, oh, she had a divorce around this time. You can't do that because number one, people are cruel. So to just go through something like that publicly, it was hard enough privately, right? And then on top of that is different people and their perspectives. And if y'all aren't careful, you will take somebody's word as bond, word as Bible, word as scripture. And literally it was based off of hurt, pain, anger. And so you got to be very careful who you follow, what you follow, and all of that. So what steps did you take to move beyond your personal heartbreak? And I asked this question, as we're talking about social media, because people will turn to social media in their pain and then try to glean information off of social media. The answer is not on social media. Matter of fact, let me say that again. Your answer, because I think somebody's looking for answers tonight, your answers are not on social media. They're not on your favorite guru's page. It's not on your favorite celebrity's page. It's not on your, the celebrity couple that that you admire and want to be like. It's not there. It is not found on social media. However, tell us, LaNise, where is the answer found? What steps did you take to move beyond your personal heartbreak?
Okay, so I worked through 5 steps.
Okay.
So the first one was I had to give it to God.
Number one.
People, give it to God. Okay? Give it to God. Don't be trying to give everybody else, give it to God. Because God is really what got me through some dark times. Like when I could not sleep, it was gospel music that really helped me go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to sleep with gospel music playing just to calm my spirit.
Yeah.
Because I was like I was not able to sleep.
Right.
So it was really me getting in there praying and talking to God and saying, all right, God, it's me and you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna just go to you. And so that's the first thing that I had to do.
Yeah.
And then the second thing was I had to accept the pain. A lot of people skip that step.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh no, I'm not hurt. I'm really not. Like, it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to cry. But you gotta be honest. Yeah. It's not easy. It's really the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But you have to accept that pain.
Right.
So that is after giving it to God, that is the first thing you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to accept the pain. The next one is you have to take accountability for your part.
Hold on. Everybody breathe.
Yeah. Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath.
Now, a lot of people are not going to
say it again. Say it again.
Yeah, you have to take accountability for your part. And the reason I say that is because we focus so much on what the other person did that we forget that we were actually a part of that relationship as well. And we had a part. Whether it was good, bad, whatever it is, you have to take accountability for your part.
Wow. Yeah. That's really good. I want to pause right there for a second before you continue. That taking accountability is huge. And I'm going to give, just a little tiny bite chew of insight for something that's coming. That the Lord is really pressing upon me to deal with. And that's going to be with mothers that are single. Mm-hmm. And I use that for a reason. Okay. For mothers that are single, and I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash for it, but it's okay because I'm ready to take it. Okay. Because I've lived it. I've done it. It's whatever. There's a lack of accountability there with being in that situation. Okay. Now hear me. I understand that everybody's situation is completely different, but just know something is coming down the pipeline that is going to speak life into that situation of the life of a single mother. There is a lot of accountability there. There's a lot of insight, wisdom, things there that I think just really need to be verbalized and articulated. And so just know accountability is coming. And y'all might not like me for it, but it's fine. But yeah, let's talk about that accountability.
Yeah, so you have to take accountability, right? I mean, like I said, it is so easy to focus on what the other person did. Mm-hmm. And rightfully so, right? This person hurt you and you focus on that. But we always have to take a look and say, okay, what did I do?
Right.
What did I do? And even if it was something so tiny, you did something because you were in the relationship too. They weren't by themselves.
Right.
So you have to take accountability.
That's good.
The next one is you have to accept that you're not a failure. Now, I know I spoke about it earlier, but I always bring it back up because a lot of times we speak so negatively of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And that's the first thing that we say is, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. And really I feel like I failed at this because it ended.
Wow.
You failed. It's
really
okay,
good.
Though. Like you did not fail.
Yeah.
And sometimes, to be quite honest with you, when you fail is when you learn more.
That's true.
So I don't look at failure like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst person in the world and all this. I'm like, what can I learn from this?
Yeah.
But before you get to that part, you have to accept that you're not a failure.
Right.
So it's hard,
That's
because you
powerful.
can't even see the lesson behind it
Yeah.
until you work through that whole thing of I'm not a failure.
Hmm.
I am not a failure. And you have to say it to yourself as many times as you need to until you believe it.
Right.
Once you get through that, then you're able to say, what lessons did I learn?
Yeah.
There's always a lesson.
Absolutely.
But you gotta at first say I'm not a failure to be open to hear the lesson.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the last thing, I'm gonna be quick. The last thing is you have to forgive yourself.
Ooh. Ooh, that part.
Yeah, that's
that
hard.
part. That is very
It's
hard.
really hard. You
That's
have to
very
forgive
hard.
yourself. Like there's so many things that you have to forgive that happened.
Mm.
It could have been, oh my gosh, I saw this red flag, I ignored it.
Yeah.
So you got to forgive yourself for those things.
Yeah.
It's hard, but you have to give yourself grace.
Absolutely.
We're not perfect, you know.
Absolutely.
We're not perfect.
We are not.
So you have to give yourself some grace.
Absolutely. And and speaking of grace, that's the thing that we try to push back in God's face.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, no. I'm gonna leave myself, I'm gonna beat myself up. I'm gonna put on, I'm gonna beat myself down for some of the decisions that I made or some of the things that I went through, because I can only imagine that. And tell me if I'm wrong. Did it ever cross your mind? How did I not see this coming?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you kind of delve into that?
Yeah.
Kind of how you worked through and some of the thoughts that came to you when dealing with divorce, and how did you forgive yourself? Because I think, and I know there's not a perfect step-by-step process, but I think people need to hear, how do I even start to begin to forgive myself?
So one, I'm constantly reminded that God loves us.
Right.
And I have to always start there. Like God loves us, right? Mm-hmm. We make mistakes left and right, front, back, every way possible.
Yeah.
And he never says I don't love you.
Yeah.
So I had to always remember that, right?
Wow.
And then I had to really, like I said, like I always tell people, you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You have to be honest. It's easy to say, how did I miss this? How did I miss that? That's just a normal part of healing.
Yeah.
Is going kind of like what I said about learning the lessons that you got from the different situations. Mm-hmm. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
You do have to take accountability and a little bit of, okay, what did I miss?
Right.
Because if you don't take that, when you get ready to date again, you don't want to take, you want to take those lessons.
And that's a hard dissection.
It is.
Like,
it's not
that's
easy.
difficult.
It's very difficult. And a lot of it, but I the way I handled it was I had to learn who I was again. I had to learn who was LaNise. Yeah. I was married for 5 years. Yeah. Who is LaNise though? Right. I'm not just, now I'm no longer a wife, so I am LaNise who is single. So who is LaNise? So I had to go on a journey to figure out who I am. And in that journey, I was able to heal. I was able to forgive myself. Mm-hmm. And really say, okay, now these may be things that I missed. Yeah. So when I'm moving forward, I won't miss these things. Wow. But I had to learn to really love me. And that wasn't very pretty. That was going to eat by myself. Yeah. That was watching people eat, like watching couples eat. People watching. I had to watch people. And I learned so much by watching people. Because I was watching interactions. And I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah. And so I really had to take time and journal. God and I had a lot of conversations. I'm sure. And in that time, I really had to just think through, like, okay, I may have seen this, or maybe I didn't see this. Yeah. What are some things that I just completely was oblivious to? Wow. And there were things that I was completely oblivious to that people had to tell me. And I had to be able to sit with it and be like, I didn't see that. Yeah. So it took time. It definitely takes time to say, I'm going to forgive me. Yeah. But if you're honest, you can definitely work through it. But you got to be honest about it. Absolutely. You may not like what you realize when you're like, oh man, I missed that. Yeah. But you got to be honest about it. It's just a lesson. Yeah. It's just a lesson. You have to change how you view it. Yeah. It's just a lesson. Wow. And we're about to get into lessons, actually. We're about to get into, what people learn. But I just want to jump in these comments real quick. Mama White said, I failed to count up the cost before I said I do. Ooh, give us some wisdom. And listen, if you're able to come on towards the end, we would love to have you. We would really love to have you come on, Miss White. And just kind of share real briefly about, your experience even. So this show is meant to be, a community of shared experiences. Oh, that's good. I mean, I have one
That's
thing
good.
I want to kind of interject a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the things that I was also worried about when
Mm-hmm.
I did get it. Well, before I made the decision to say I'm going to get a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to disappoint my parents. I
Wow.
didn't want to disappoint them. So, I mean, my mom knew before my dad knew.
Yeah.
That's just how it happened.
Right.
Because for me, if I was scared to tell my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't mean my mom is chopped liver. Now we ain't gonna play that, okay? But it's something about a father-daughter relationship, and I
Yeah.
just did not want to disappoint my dad. I did not, like, when I did tell him, I was bawling so much that my mom was like, "Do you want me to tell him?" And he's looking at everybody like, "I mean, is she okay? Like, she over
Yeah.
here crying and I can't hear a word that she's saying. Like,
And I'm
what
sure
is
that was
going
scary
on?"
for
Yeah.
him.
Like, what is happening right now? So
Right.
for me, I just didn't want to disappoint him. And when I told him that, he was like, "Disappoint me? You ain't gonna disappoint me?
Right.
You've never disappointed me. What are you talking about?" But a lot of times we hold on to, we don't want to disappoint other people.
Right.
And they're like,
Ooh,
"I'm proud of you
wee.
for choosing you.
Absolutely.
I would never be disappointed at you for choosing you." And so
Absolutely.
that's a big thing I really stress to people is you have to do what's best for you.
Yeah.
And you got to choose you. And the people who love you and who are around you, they will support you.
Right.
They really will. They really will support you. And if they won't, call me.
Right.
I'll support you.
Y'all hear that? Call the Love Cheerleader, okay? And her information is already on the screen at the Love Cheerleader at Love Niece 8. And if you want to be a blessing, her cash app is on there too. And that is the Love Cheerleader because she is dropping
It's okay.
peace. Stood still. Okay. And that is where you will be able to be a blessing. Listen, this is so good. It's so good. Um Let's see, honey. I have learned to walk into the room and be regal alone. Come through.
That.
You better say that.
Yes. Say that.
Absolutely. And at this particular point, and no, I haven't. Oh, shout out to Lucretia. Hey. And we're gonna have her on too because she has a story as well for her from being, and it's actually somewhat of the opposite from being single to being married. And yeah,
That's
that
an amazing story.
she does. She does. And hello, Josh Lee. So happy to see you. And again, if y'all have questions or you want to come on at the end, you are more than welcome to let us know in the comments, and we will give you that link. So let's talk about lessons. So that was one of the things that you learned, that you shared as far as not wanting to disappoint other people. And sometimes if we aren't careful, we will stay in very toxic situations. That's friendships, that's relationships, that's work ships, any ship you want to talk about. We will remain there for the sake of other people, to appease other people, to make other people happy. Let me tell you something. The answer is no. In this season, big no. Not doing it. Can't afford to.
No.
Can't afford
if
to.
you just go back to the story of me having shingles, that was from stress from the job.
Wow.
And I don't really talk about that's the reason why, because people kept, like, when I went to the hospital, I was at the ER, let me be clear.
Yeah.
I was like, 911, come get me.
Yeah. Yeah, because something's not right.
I don't know what's wrong.
Something's not right.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
And so when I got there, of course, they didn't want to tell me what was happening, right? But
Yeah.
once I started Googling shingles, why do I have shingles?
Right.
The first thing popped up was stress.
Right.
And I said, oh, my job trying to take me out.
Number one contributor.
So, it is one of the things where that was still a heartbreak. I was in a heartbreak moment.
Absolutely.
Right there. So everything that I had been learning and getting, God was like telling me to go do this, and I was like, no, I don't want to. But I was healing myself through a whole job at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was able to take those lessons and now help other people, because heartbreak is not just a relationship.
Right.
Just like you said, it's not just a relationship.
Right.
So what happens when you're in a job that is killing you?
Ooh,
like,
literally.
Like killing you. You don't no, you're not going to take me out.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So what other lessons did you gain from this experience?
Boundaries.
Boundaries. That is the word of the night. Boundaries. You know how Sesame Street, they had like tonight's letter is the letter A. Tonight's word is boundaries. Talk more about that.
So boundaries was hard. It was hard because what do you do, right? So do you still stay friends with people on social media? Do you block people on social media? Do you go to events? Like, what do you do now? Do
Right.
you go to places where you used to go with this particular person and now you're not with this person? Like,
Right.
what do you do? So I had to really set some strict boundaries on what I was able to deal with.
Yeah.
So if that meant not being friends with people on social media, that's what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people be like, no, I can still be their friend until you see something on their page that you don't want to see. And then you're mad all over again.
Right.
And I'm not
And
gonna
then you're
keep
mad
being mad.
all over again.
I'm not gonna keep being mad. You no, you're not gonna stress me out of my phone. You will not stress me out of my
What
phone.
we won't do.
What we won't do. And so I had to set some boundaries. I was like, I can't be friends.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Right.
Don't. And I had to also with people like friends, of course. Your friends are supporters of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They watch what you go through.
They do.
So they want to be like, girl,
we do.
This. Right.
Go on. Leave it right there.
So, sometimes friends want to, they're protecting you, but then they tell you what they see on social media. And I was like, excuse me.
Because you're not.
I didn't ask, but okay, that's cool.
Right.
And so, I had to really set some strong boundaries there and say, I don't want to know.
Right.
I'm not going to be friends.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that was the hardest part for a lot of people to understand. But I also had to recognize I was the guinea pig for everybody.
Ooh, you were the guinea pig for all of us.
I was the guinea pig for everybody.
Yeah.
Like nobody had ever seen a divorce, especially in our age.
Right.
Nobody didn't even know what it looked like.
Hello? Right.
Intern.
Insert LaNise Thrasher.
And so, I was the guinea pig. So
yeah.
I was learning, everybody else was learning right along with me, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
So if I went to the right and people thought I should go to the left,
yeah.
It was like, but I don't feel like I should go to the left. I feel like I should go to the right.
Right.
So I had to set some boundaries and have some uncomfortable conversations with people. Like, I know you love me, but this don't feel right, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, and people understood, but definitely had to set those boundaries. Like, it may look good to you, but don't look good to me.
Right. Like, don't feel good to you either.
Good to me either, so I can't do that.
Yeah. And I want to encourage people that as you're working through whatever it is that you're working through, because yes, we're talking heartbreak like after divorce, but how many of you all have had your heart broken after someone passed away? Mm-hmm. Or had your heart broken after somebody has or after somebody told you no? How many of you have had heartbreak after you experienced that loss of a job, right? So we're talking boundaries from not taking calls from the people at work that's telling you what's going on at work, right? Because that could be triggering. And so let me say this, and then we're going to jump into another kind of another topic here. Well, same topic, but another situation. But to be very mindful to protect yourself, and sometimes things will trigger you, and sometimes things will touch you, and you'll be like, "Oh, that hurt. That did not feel good at all." And you don't have to know why. Let me say it again. You don't have to know why. The only thing that you need to acknowledge is that hurt. I didn't like it. It did not feel good. And even if you have to articulate to the person that did it, hey, you know what? I don't know what it was about that statement. I don't know what it was about what you did, but it didn't feel good to me. I did not like it. I would prefer if you don't say that or do that again. And I'm going to have to process a little longer why that hurt.
And I don't mean to interject.
No, this is a conversation. Go on.
That's like triggers, right?
Yeah.
And I work with people to work through what are your triggers. Sometimes you don't know.
Right, that's true.
Situation happens, and then you're like, oh, wow, that really brought me back to a situation that I forgot about.
Ooh.
I thought
that you put on the back burner.
On the back burner, and it's not that you're not healed from it. You just have never felt it again. So you didn't know. Okay, this happens in what? You didn't know. You never gone through it.
You tucked it away.
We tucked it away. Like, okay, yes, I'm healed. I'm gonna go on. But what happens when it comes back up?
Right.
Then what do you do?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's pretty deep.
It is. It's very deep. Again, if you want to come on, we're heading towards the conclusion of the show. But again, we want you to definitely come on. If you want to ask questions, if you want to just engage with us, you're more than welcome to. Please let us know and we'll bring you on the show. Preparation for the next relationship requires self-check and some transparency. Absolutely. What are your triggers? Yeah, you absolutely have to know what your triggers are, and that's important for your next relationship. And I'm gonna tell you what I learned, and then I want you to chime in, and then we're gonna talk about what is upcoming for the Love Cheerleader. Woo! We're gonna share some things that the Cheerleader has coming up, and we're really, really excited about these things. But I do want to talk about how, even moving into forward relationships, with new relationships and new people, you have to really be very clear on what you've experienced and be honest about what you like, don't like, and what your boundaries are.
And people don't do that.
And people don't do that. And one thing that I will say is that I'm very thankful in this time of being single. I have learned what I like, don't like, will tolerate, will not tolerate. I am very clear. I will let you know.
Hello.
And I do more watching than I do expressing, because I want to kind of see, is this your character? Is this your habit? Is this what is that exactly? And then before you even determine that you want to be with somebody the rest of your life, the very first thing you need to ask yourself is, before you walk down the aisle, if this person never changes.
Ooh, you better say that.
Pay me. My cash app is okay. If they never change, are you okay with that person? And are you okay with being with that person the rest of your life? Because the thing is that it's not your job to go in and change people. Right.
And that's hard because we often think that's our job.
Our job descriptions are confused.
They are.
But yeah, go ahead and chime in on that, and then we're going to talk about what's coming up for Love Cheerleader.
The other thing I agree 100% with what you said. Right?
Yeah.
But the other thing I want to say is, what's their character? And I really I really want to call out that
talk
word
character. Talk
people,
character. Say it to the people in the camera.
Character. Because we see, so our next letter of the day is C, character. And so, a lot of people skip character because what people forget, your character is what raises your children.
Say it again.
Character raises your children.
My.
And I don't know about you, but I want some good character.
You walking heavy, ma'am. You walking heavy. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you a cash app.
You gotta be really careful, and you have to be honest with this person I want to date. Do I want to be associated with them?
Absolutely.
Because we do a lot of watching, right? You and I both do a lot of watching of people, right? So as we're watching people, do we want to be associated with this person?
Right.
If they're doing all types of stuff that we don't agree with, and they're doing this on social media and we're watching it, do we want to be attached to them?
Right.
For the rest of our lives?
Right.
You might find that your answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a strong no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a strong no for me.
Absolutely.
I don't want that. I'm very protective of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want anybody that's going to be attached to me that's just not for me.
Absolutely not.
So if you over here acting crazy and doing all this stuff and you want to argue with people and people don't pay attention, how do you treat the server at a restaurant?
Ooh, come on.
Do you give them an attitude because your food is wrong, or do you say, hey, this is what I noticed, is there any way I can get it, sent back, whatever the case may be? Or do you want somebody who's like, that's wrong, I don't want it? Like, which character do you want?
Right.
Because that's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it'll come out. It'll come out. It will.
Yes, it might get better over time.
Yeah.
But what is over time? Is that now? Is that when they're 50? Is that when they're 80? Because I told you 106. So is that
come on.
80?
And are you willing to wait?
Are you willing to wait
that long? But before we move forward, let's say hello to Mama Thrasher in the house. Hello, Mama Thrasher. We're so happy to have you. Everybody say hello to LaNice's mom. Hi. the one that made it possible for us to even be talking to her right now. So we're beyond thankful. But go ahead and share, LaNice, anything else that you want people to know before we jump into what you have coming up.
Absolutely. So the biggest thing I want people to know is you deserve to heal. You definitely deserve to heal. Don't let anybody tell you that you don't deserve to heal or you taking too long to heal. You can't tell somebody how long they're taking to heal. You cannot tell somebody that. You don't know what they've gone through.
Right.
And I'm going to give you an example really quickly. I'm looking at the time because I don't want us to go over time.
No. But, we have some time to go over. Yeah, you're good.
What I will give as a great example, and it's not about a divorce, but it's about death. Right. So back in 2018, going into 2019, By the time 2019, February 2019, I had 3 deaths back to back.
Ooh.
Like boom, boom,
Yep.
like literally every single month. And then there was a lot of sickness with people in the same time. It was just a lot going
Yeah.
on. That was hard.
Overwhelming.
That was very overwhelming. All of it at the same time. I remember just laying on the floor, like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah. Wow.
And so you can't tell somebody how to heal from that, right? It
Right.
takes time, but you can give them a plan.
Absolutely.
And they can work through it. You
Yeah.
can hold their hand.
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, you're taking too long to heal.
Right.
No, like it hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. And so I really help people walk through that because it's important. Because no one takes the time to actually do that.
Right.
They're just like, girl, you're gonna get over it.
Oh
You're
man.
Like,
the cliche answers.
Very cliche.
The cliche answers. They're nerve-wracking.
Yeah, and sometimes the biggest thing people can say is, how can I support you?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people don't say that.
That's true.
And if you just ask somebody, how can I support you? And sometimes the answer is, I don't know.
Absolutely.
But if you don't even ask the question, then you're judging them by how long they're taking. Like help people.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and just talk about them. Help people.
Right.
Like, we're here to help people.
That's right.
Help people.
That's right.
And so that's one of the last things I'll share.
You've been absolutely amazing. I want everything you got. So don't y'all want everything she has? Whatever it is, you have to say to the people, I need you to be like, oh no, hold on, I got another list. I gotta know. And by the way, this is us for real. Yeah.
We're not putting on for y'all today. I'm just letting you know.
We don't put on
y'all into a piece of our conversation.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
But as much as we talk on the way to work and all of that, listen, I love this friendship, by the way. This sisterhood right here. You're my girl. You're my girl. So we want you all to be able to connect with the Love Cheerleader. She has some amazing things going on. We want you to be able to follow her at the Love Cheerleader. Seriously, if you need coaching and help through heartbreak, we need you to reach out to her. You do not have to suffer alone. LaNise, what is a good email address for people to reach you?
Absolutely. You can reach me at hello@thelovecheerleader.com.
hello@thelovecheerleader.com. Okay. So if you need coaching and help through your process and through of healing, then we need you to reach out to her. We need you to let her know. And Mama White said something so powerful. Although I am a licensed social worker and therapist, I needed more. And you know what? You just blessed me, and you have no idea why, but I will inbox you and let you know. But therapy sometimes plays a role in that.
Yes.
Do you mind going there?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share if therapy was a part of your healing and how, and were you open to it before then or what?
Okay. So I was open to healing. I was open to therapy. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was open to therapy. Actually, when I was married, I went to therapy by myself.
Okay.
Because I said, I am going to resent. I'm having some resentment.
Wow.
I need to go to therapy. I need to talk to somebody's couch.
Yeah.
I need to sit on it.
That's awesome.
And I did. I went by myself, and it was really helpful. And then in the marriage, we did go to counseling.
Okay.
I will say, as therapists, some of them were very biased.
Okay.
And then I was like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
So I got another one.
Yeah.
That was not biased and was able actually to not only tell me where I was wrong, tell them where they were wrong. And that was really what you need.
Yeah.
You don't need someone that's like, no, you not wrong. They wrong. And
right.
You're like, well, we're both in this relationship. And like I said before about accountability.
Absolutely.
Everybody plays a part.
That's right.
And so I'm very big on therapy.
Okay.
But what I recognized was therapy was not the only thing that I needed. I needed somebody that had actually walked through this. Ooh. Because it's easy to tell me what your textbook tells you to tell me.
Yeah.
But if you've never walked through this,
wow.
If you've never had to sit with a lawyer to draw up divorce papers and figure out who gets what.
Wow.
If you've never had to move things out of a house that you all had together and one person leaves and one person stays, if you've never had to go to court, if you've never in the terms of women, if you've never had to change your name back, I went back to my maiden name. So if you've never had to change your name back, what can you tell me?
Wow.
You can tell me what you're supposed to tell me, but you've never gone through this. And that's really what I needed. I needed someone that had gone through it before.
Yeah.
Because, nobody could tell me what it felt like to go to the courthouse. and have to file papers. What
Right.
it felt like to say, hey, I have, here's my divorce decree now. Can I get some copies? That's still, I mean, you're still learning. You're still going through it.
Right.
What does that feel like? And nobody could tell me. So that was the reason why I enjoyed therapy. It was great, but there were some missing pieces that I didn't get.
Yeah.
And then that's why I started my own coaching, because I was like, I know the pieces that people need.
Right.
And I know the direction that they need to really get to where they need to be. Because people make divorce and heartbreak so stuffy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am not a stuffy person.
Right. That is not who you are.
I'm not going to sit up here and cry every day.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
That's
because
right.
for me, I look at it like every day above ground is a great day.
Absolutely.
And, just in my story, your audience doesn't, but I'll be brief. I was actually born 3 months early. And I weighed like a little over 1.5 pounds, almost 2 pounds, but really like you could hold me in one hand.
Yeah. Wow.
I have long legs, so I was long.
Yeah.
But I was like, my hand. Oh, I mean, this. That was me. Like, that was my body. And for me, it was like doctors told my parents I'm not going to make it. And I was born in February. I was supposed to be born in May. So doctors were like, she's not going to make it. You can have another child. How insensitive.
Doctors said that to
I
her?
told my mom that. I said, what? What did you say? You didn't say nothing?
What was your reply?
And so for me, it's like knowing that I am still here. With no complications.
Wow.
No nothing. If you looked at me, you would never know that I was born so early.
Oh, that is a powerful testimony.
And so I was like, I need more.
Yeah.
I need more, and I'm here for a reason. So I need to help people because I know how it feels.
Right.
And I knew that when God said you need to do this, I was like, okay, well, let me figure it out. And I remember I was in the middle of grad school, and God really gave me the entire program that I put together. And I was like, oh, let me write real quick. Find something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been able to walk people through it.
Yeah.
Because it's really necessary. And I don't want people to ever feel like I did.
Right.
So, yeah.
Again, hello at thelovecheerleader.com. Y'all need to go ahead and follow her now at the Love Cheerleader.
And I do really cute reels on social media.
She does. Listen.
So go check out my reels on at the Love Cheerleader. Go to Instagram and go at the Love Cheerleader, and you'll see them. They're really cute.
That's
and
right.
I get down to the meat.
Yes,
in less than 60 seconds.
She take all meat, no bones. Okay, so y'all do that after the show today. So we have some amazing things that are coming up, and I think one of those things is somebody is about to be a published author around here. And if I had my sound effects over here, see, I don't know what to do over there. I'm not touching it. Y'all hear me? M3 Center. I'm not touching nothing. Y'all ain't showed me how to. But if I can get a round of applause in the comments, let's give a shout out to LaNise and the book that she will be featured in. We are so excited. This book is called 8 Qualities of the Exceptional Black Woman in Business and Entrepreneurship. She is also spearheading in the conference that is attached to this book. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If you don't know LaNise Thrasher, you want to know her. I'm trying to tell you, you want to know her. The conference is March 25th through the 27th. It is virtual, and she is actually a headline speaker. Okay, Ms. Headline Speaker and published author. Go ahead and give some more information for that.
Okay, so I'm super excited about the book. I have my copy here. I don't know if they can see it. So I have my copy here. You can actually get it on my website. I know we'll show that in a little bit. But the book came out in February. I was super excited. It came out the week of my birthday. I was like, whoa, God, I see you moving. And so
show them the book again.
Okay. So this is what it looks like on the cover: the 8 qualities of the exceptional Black woman in business and entrepreneurship. And then on the back, it has all of the authors who actually contributed to the book on the back. So I'm super excited about the book. You can get it. I'm still accepting pre-orders. They're on my website. We'll show it in a minute. And then I'm super excited and honored to be part of the Exceptional Woman Tour.
Okay.
That's what you talked about. That
yes.
So, I'm going to be a headliner, so I'll be speaking. Well, the conference is virtual. It's on March 25th through the 27th, and it's free. I'm gonna say that again. It's free. So all you have to do is go to the website and you can definitely register. It's going to be an amazing conference. There's so many great things. I don't want to give it away, but register. It'll be great. I am speaking on that Saturday on March 26th.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all go ahead, tune in, follow her now. And I believe that you have a dope website. Let me see. Let me see. I believe. Maybe. Bam. Listen, do you all see that? Do you see this? First of all, let's Lenise, we're gonna get you to stand up. Or no, we're not stand up, but we're gonna show off your shirt in a minute.
Okay.
But
Alright.
let's look at this website. I need you all to you see the website right up here at the top. I need you all to go to that website. It's the dash love dash cheerleader dot myshopify.com. Okay. Y'all see all of this amazing product that she has, and she has all her information about the pre-orders, and you can sign up for her mailing list. I'm gonna order me this green hoodie that says "Dear God is me." You can go get you a mug. "Dear God is me" again.
God, if you didn't hear me the first time, it's me again.
Hello, it is me again. So please, y'all go and check out her website. She has some amazing things on there. I want you to please go take a look, do some shopping, support her, and you all can see it right there on the screen. Lenise, if you can just kind of show off your "Dear God is me." Let me remove the banner. Let me remove. There we go.
Dear God, it's me again.
You see? And do you all see these earrings though? Do you see the show the earrings? Show the earrings. So not only is she smart, she's fashionable. Okay. Okay. Lucretia says she needs a mug. Go ahead and go get your mug, Lucretia. Go order your mug. So we want you all to follow her on social media today. Follow her at the Love Cheerleader on Instagram. Follow her everywhere at the Love Cheerleader. Let me tell you, she is an amazing resource. Do you hear me? If you need help with coaching, business, marketing, to be honest, she just talked about heartbreak, but no, the girl is bad. She has an MBA. I'm gonna let that sink in. She has an MBA. She's extremely smart, okay? And she can help you with a lot more than just heartbreak. So please make sure that you all check her out. Does anybody want to come on before we end for tonight? So while we're waiting for people to determine whether or not they want to come on and join us real quick, I want you to go ahead and give some lasting, some last words and share with the people what you want them to know.
Don't fight healing. Don't fight it. Don't be like people who are like, I'm just gonna put a band-aid, I'm gonna come back. It's still gonna be there. If you don't do anything, it doesn't go away. Don't let social media fool you. It does not go away. Wow. So you have to really, really get in there and say, I'm gonna do this. I deserve to do this. I deserve not to be hurt anymore. Wow. I deserve to be on the other side and to be healed. I don't deserve to still be hurt, but I don't want to be in the same space a year from now.
That part.
So yeah, choose yourself. Wow. Choose yourself. I'm giving you your permission slip to choose you.
Well, we're done. I mean, mic drop. Boom. So before we go, we want to just thank everybody that tuned in. Lucretia, thank you. Angela, thank you. Angela, Miss Mama White, thank you. Adrienne, happy to see you. Thank you so much. Mama Thrasher, thank you. Regina, I cannot thank you all enough. You all mean the world to us. Do you hear me? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of your likes, all of your shares, because this is going to be somebody's answer. And so we really, 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 really thank you. And also, do you have a podcast? Do you have a vision? Do you have something that you want to just put out to the world? The M3 Center is where big dreams come true for little people.
You better say that again.
Say it again. This is where big dreams come true for little people like Adelia Johnson. I am my morning coffee, the evening brew. So make sure you email info@exploreylc.com. Email info@exploreylc.com to book your space, to book the podcast room. And they have several sets, y'all. It's not just here. Like they have, and you had a chance to walk through when you came in.
Let me just say, y'all, this is an amazing space.
Let's talk about it.
Amazing space. I walked in like, oh, this is not Zoom. This is not Zoom here, y'all. This is not Zoom. We got cameras. We got mics, we got headphones. I'm like, oh, I hear me. I hear me. This is an amazing space. So if you are looking for something, highly recommended. You do not have to rely strictly on Zoom to have your event. You can be in a nice room, a nice podcast room, and have it. Like, it's just an amazing production. So you definitely want to utilize it.
And this is with quality products. Okay. This is quality cameras,
Yes.
quality mics, quality everything, quality service.
Yes.
Teresa Thomas was amazing. Elder Markmore Jr., amazing. David Jr., amazing. Aaron Perkins, amazing. Everybody that's here, the whole staff is absolutely amazing. Joya Lowry, absolutely amazing. So we want to thank you all so much. Please stay tuned to all I Am My Morning Coffee platforms for the future shows that are coming up. I hope that you all have enjoyed this show. I hope that you enjoyed LaNise Thrasher, the heartbreak. Love cheerleader, heartbreak coach. So you all give her a round of applause in the comments. We thank you so much again. We just want to thank you for so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow I Am My Morning Coffee. Stay tuned because the future shows will be released soon. And I'm telling you, the guests,
Y'all don't want to miss it. I'm just glad I could be here. Y'all don't want to miss what you guys coming up. It is an amazing lineup. Amazing lineup.
Yes.
She's doing amazing things, y'all. Just stay tuned.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Hey, watch your girl. Watch your girl. Be coming for some things. So we love y'all. We love y'all. Thank you again for tuning in. And this has been I Am My Morning Coffee, the evening brew.